Do you think you're gonna make it through this theory?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
We're fine.
If you say so. I'm pretty sure y'all have heard of this movie, Ruby Gilman Teenage Kraken. Fun fact, but it was originally called Meet the Gilmans. Now, if you don't know this movie, why'd you click on the video? Now, this movie made $46.1 million, but cost $70 million to make. That is a loss of $23.9 million. Dang. See, that is way more than 3. Rotten Tomatoes score it got was 65, more than FNAF. That's pretty good, and FNAF was an amazing movie. You see, Ruby Gilman and Teenage Kraken was amazing as well. But, I found myself rewatching it a lot. And when I was rewatching it for like the 1000th time, I realized something. During Ruby's prom presentation, when she's talking about how much she loves the rules pop up behind her. And see, I wanted to read those rules, so I went frame by frame, like a true theorist, thank you MatPat, to actually read them. And I found a few funny, like Rule 17, never sail away, sail away, sail away. Or Rule 2, never buy goggles, nothing good will ever come out of it. And something struck me as odd and interesting. Like Rule 3, don't sell she sells by any body of water. Or Rule 10, or 14, 18, and 19. But Rule 18 is the one that made me want to do this theory. Rule 18 says, don't put salt in your bathwater. So, after she gets in the water for the first time, salt water I might add, she turns Kraken. Does that mean that the salt water activates her Kraken powers? Or something else? I don't know. And see, that's what I aim to answer today. So, hit that sub button and put on your sailor hats, theorists, because today we're taking a deep dive into the world of saltwater. So let's get cracking. Rule 3 states that you do not sell seashells by any body of water, but seashells have 1 to 5 salt ratio, or 95 to 99% clean of all salt. So that doesn't help us. Rule 10 says never even a pinky toe in the sand. Now, wet sand from shorelines has a salt content of 6.3%. See, now we're getting somewhere with that. Rule 14 says do not wear seaweed as an accessory. It is wet and gross. Now, I found some stuff on sodium, but that's not what we need right now. See, we need that hard evidence. By the way, there are 24 rules for Ruby until they start repeating, so that's cool. Let's go to the ocean for some more information. So 1/3% of salt water is salt. For kids, that's like having 3 cups, 2 of water and 1 of salt. Mix those together, and that is the same ratio for the ocean. Now, obviously, a Kraken doesn't really exist, but we can theoretically use an octopus and squids instead. Now, a Kraken is known to be a giant octopus, but it's also known to be a giant squid, so that's why we're going with both. So, what about this big question, though? Captivity, which I would say Ruby is in. Now, don't get me started on the mom's tiny omissions. Anyway, captivity. Now, on octopus, basically, an octopus can fare better in captivity and way more than other animals could. And it's very hard for them to reproduce or breed in captivity. Most pet octopi are caught in the wild are better off if you let them go. But a squid, however, in captivity, the giant squid will die. It is impossible to keep a giant squid in captivity. I'm sorry, but it is. They cannot tolerate fresh water. However, they can tolerate salt water. Octopi can survive for around 20 to 30 minutes out of water. But if you want to go with a giant squid, well then that's not much better. Squid can survive out of water for 30 to 60 minutes, 1 hour. Now, here's the biggest thing of all. This is all Agatha's fault. See, her tiny omissions will get her and her family killed. Saltwater? More like salty mother. Sorry. But still, she has separated them from their family, put them in captivity, forced them to have no salty water, and unless Ruby gets frisky with Connor under the sea, and with a little luck, then she will not have kids. Agatha doomed her family. But what if Agatha had died when she defeated the Mermaid Queen and hid the Trident? She moved to the surface, but what if it would have been better if the mermaid had won? The movie somewhat makes no sense. Ruby is dead. I'm sorry, but yeah, next theory is next month. But hey, that's just a DTB theory. And thank you for watching.